my brain is not working at the moment. Instead of unpausing it, I press stop. So I've just had to do a brand new. So I'm going to do 3 different videos now: one for DC, one for Marvel, one for Image. Not got the energies to do anything else. So I'm going to look at the Marvel titles. These are ones focusing on ones that aren't X-Men or Spider-Man. I'll look at the others in a bit. So first up is Avengers Twilight, which has this cover. It's a 6-issue series. And it's written by Chip Zdarsky and artwork by Daniel Acuna. Good artist, good writer. I think it's set in the future, and it focuses on an older Captain America. And there's your Alex Ross cover. Pardon me. So it says, in a gleaming new world of prosperity, Captain America is no more, but Steve Rogers still exists, floating through an America where freedom is an illusion, where the Avengers are strangers and his friends are long dead. But is this a dream? How do you assemble Avengers in a world that doesn't want them? Plus, behind the scenes look at the making of this issue. So, 48 pages, $5.99. I'm not going to buy it. Main reason, unlike DC, when DC give you a thicker book, you're going to get more pages of story and art. Marvel, they don't do that. What they do is really, really annoying. They'll have like a 24-page story or 26-page story, and it'll just have a filler at the back with just artwork and concept sketches. No. I really don't. I've said it before, and I'm getting very, very disappointed with Marvel at the moment. So I'm going to vote with my purse and just get stuff what makes sense financially to carry on. So that's the first of the new number ones. Of course, being Marvel, there's got to be a lot more number ones. Here we go. Next up is a new Planet of the Apes miniseries, because of course they don't do ongoings now, they do bunches of miniseries. Beware of the Planet of the Apes. Nice cover. Initially, I was really enjoying the Planet of the Apes comics, but again, they bumped up the prices. And it's 1 of 4 by Mark Guggenheim, good writer. Vera Lopez doing the artwork, cover by Torrin Clark. And this deals more with the classic Planet of the Apes, whereas the other one was more the modern cinematic version. And it's about the Forbidden Zone. But it's 40 pages, but it's $5.99. And again, it won't be 40 story pages, it'll be 26, 28 pages. So sadly, I will pass on that. And it's a shame, because I really did like the concepts of Planet of the Apes as a comic. And there's a miniseries focusing on Power Pack by the original creative team of Louise Simonson and June Brigman. I actually enjoyed this comic back in the 80s. It is very, very different. A completely different take. It wasn't teenagers, it was tweenagers. And yeah, it's nice to see the original team on it. 5 issues, first 2 pages, $3.99. Now, my curiosity, because I love Louise Simonson and June Brigman is a very, very solid artist, and of course it's got nostalgia factor, I might try this because it's only $3.99. Why can't? But what's really annoying me, I've noticed with Marvel, with the $4.99 comics like Spider-Man, you still just get 20 pages of story, but the covers are quite not sturdy, but they're like a DC cover, so they're better quality than Marvel's toilet paper ones. So unfortunately, I think the $3.99 ones will still have the crappy covers because no Hulk has recently still. So yeah, that's a possible potential. And then lovely cover. There's Vengeance of the Moon Knight, which the billing is a brand new series, but it's not. It's just another extension of the new story of the continuing storyline of Moon Knight. Same creative team: Jed MacKay, Alessandro Cappuccio on the art, and covered by David Finch. It's just a way for them to get more sales for a title. And again, $5.99 for the first issue, and you only get 40 pages, and again it'll be about 27, 28 pages of story. So again, not bothering. I might do the thing of waiting for 6 months and get it digitally for £1 or something like that. It's a shame. Marvel are pricing out the comics. There's a few titles that I would normally try, but because the charge is so much, and because they're so crossover centric as well, it just deters me from trying new Marvel comics at the moment. And I don't want to be a negative better. There is one that's going to be $4.99, but I will buy it because of it's basically my dream comic, which we'll come to, I think, in this month. So come to that in a second. But yeah, Marvel are very mid at the moment. It's just with how it's not the comics, it's the business practices. They're not respecting the comic fans. They know that a lot of Marvel zombies will pay whatever they ask for a comic and not even question it. They might go, oh, this is really bad, but then they'll still hand over money. I won't. I did for the gods because I was intrigued by why it was costing so much, and I obviously it's good concept for a video episode. But yeah, normally I just wouldn't. There's another one. Oh God, Marvel Meow by Now Fuji. It's a Japanese manga style one, cat centric. I'm sorry. 56 pages, $5.99. That's not a bad price for 56 pages. So I don't know why they can't do that. Well, we can afford to charge comics normally, but they're just not. So yeah, if you want like a manga take, but focusing on, it's basically their version of like kind of like not Super Pets, but it's Marvel superheroes interacting with cats. So there you go. I think there is one other thing. Obviously, I'll be looking at Spider-Man titles and X-Men in a second. Marvel Voices Legends. So looks like this is focusing on the black characters of Marvel. 40 pages, $5.99. Problem is though, Marvel are pricing the comics so dear, but there's so much excellent stuff coming from DC and other companies who are charging normal prices. So if I was Marvel, I'd be doing what Todd McFarlane does, where he charges $2.99. I just don't get it. But I think, well, I don't know what happened to my voice then. I think that's it for them. So just going to pause it. Fingers crossed I don't mess it up this time. And we'll look at the X-Men. Hey, I did it right this time. Hey, me. Okay, so no fucking up this time. So yeah, there's quite a few number ones from X-Men. I was going to try the new X-Men titles, but again, they're just pricing it out of what I can afford. So I don't know. First of all, there's Fall of the House of X, number 1 of 5. By Jerry Duggan, Lucas Wernick on the art. Not familiar with him. Covered by Pepe Larraz, so that's why that looked familiar. But again, $5.99 for a 40-page comic, which again will be about 28 story pages. Krakoa has just begun to fight. Mutant kind has never had a great fall from grace. So this is the start of the shake-up of the X-Men universe. So we'll be getting, this is what they're like the final days of Krakoa, which in a way I'm glad for. I think it should have stopped with Hickman. It was a nice idea, but I think it's run its course. But yeah, $5.99. And then there's Rise of the Powers of X. Really do like that cover. 5 issues again. This one's by Kieran Gillen and art by R.B. Silver. But again, it's $5.99, so same situation as the other one. Fight for Krakoa has been lost, so this is set in the future, 10 years in the future. So yeah, these all look really interesting, but I just cannot afford that price for a comic. Not for a... I can understand if it's like a prestige format, you know, like Black Label did with the Wallow versus Wildstorm, where it's 32 pages, but it is 32 pages of story on high quality paper, very large format comic, hardstock cover, but they're just standard comics. And then there's a Cable miniseries by the original creator Fabian Nicieza, whatever it's called. Really nice cover by Will Spatasio, who I love his artwork, being a 90s fangirl. 4 issues, Nicieza on the writing. Artwork on the inside puts me off, even if it was a cheap price, because it's Scott Eaton. I do not like Scott Eaton as an artist. He's just very basic. It's $4.99 anyway, so forget it. It's going to be 20 story pages, $4.99. And it looks intriguing. If it comes out, it'll be digital. Then there's another miniseries, Dead X-Men, 4 issues by Steve Fox, who's a good writer. Quite a lot of artists on it. Vincenzo Caruso, Bernard Chang and Jonas Scarf. Cover's really good. And yeah, 4 issues, $4.99, 20-page comic story pages. Death was only the beginning. When the world turned against Krakoa, these 5 mutants lost their lives, but their mission as X-Men is just getting started. To preserve Xavier's dream, they must accomplish the impossible or die again trying. Then there's Resurrection of Magneto. 4 issues. Al Ewing, good writer. Luciano Vecchio on the arts. They're a good artist if I remember rightly. So yeah, yes again, Magneto's died and come back to life again. He's not the Messiah, he's just a very naughty boy. 40 pages, so again 28 story pages, $5.99. But yeah, that's it for number 1s from the X-Men universe. I just don't know why they're doing this, but there we go. I would get all of the X-Men titles, but they're just pricing things out of what I'm happy to pay for a comic. So, Marvel, thing is though, they won't do anything different because people always pay what Marvel asks, because that's how they think. Some comic fans, their universe doesn't exist outside of Marvel, so they will just pay what they ask, unfortunately. It's a shame. I wish it was different. They just don't seem to care. It's, like I said, it's the Disney effect. Since Disney took over, Marvel's business operations have changed a lot. And it just leaves a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. But anyway, enough of bashing them. This is what I'm going to get excited about. Now, there's one title in this what I'm going to be really getting. And this is Ultimate Spider-Man, number 1, new ongoing in the new Ultimate Universe, and it's by Jonathan Hickman, Mark Cicchetto, I think he was the Daredevil artist, if I remember rightly. But yeah, first issue, again, unfortunately, it will be a $5.99. That's what I'm saying, I've just got to really focus on what I'm going to get with Marvel and be really, if I really want it. And for this one I do. 40 pages, but again it'll be 28 story pages. If it's Hickman, don't let it be huge white page with just like a little bit of text. $5.99, but this is focusing on a Peter Parker who's got a family, who's got a son and daughter, and he's married to Mary Jane, which is what I, as a Spider-Man fan, have been pining for, just for Marvel to focus on an older Spider-Man, and at last they're doing it. But that's it for new number 1s from Marvel. Okay, so yeah. Maybe I should have waited a week, but if I left it any later, we'd moved on to February's titles. So I do apologise if I'm not full of energy. But yeah, next one we'll be looking at Image for January. Okay, bye.